Hey techies, welcome to Elfin Code. If you are new to the channel, do not forget to like, share and
Guys,
subscribe.
welcome back to Elfin Code, and today we are going to see one more post from the Docker side. And here we are going to create one program, Python program using Nano editor. So what we are going to do is we'll be installing the Nano editor, and then we'll create a Python program using the Nano editor inside the bash shell, and then we'll try to compile the same program. We are also going to see how we can open the same program in the Visual Studio Code, and then how we can compile that program using the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so our agenda is to first create a Python program inside the container, for which we will be from scratch will create a Python container using the Python image. Okay, and then we'll be using a Nano editor to create compile it, and then we'll try to open the same program using the Visual Studio Code, and then compile the same program using the Visual Studio Code inside the container. Okay, so this is going to be our agenda. So there are few steps which we need to follow to do this program. So here what we are going to do is first we will be creating a Python container. So to create a Python container, we'll be using docker run command. Okay, docker run in a detach mode, and our name would be anything. I mean, our container name, we can keep anything, and we'll be creating this container using the Python image. Okay, and we are yeah, I mean, we'll keep it open running. Okay, and then what we are going to do is we are going to execute this container, and we'll try to open it in an interactive mode, I mean inside the bash shell. Okay, and then we will be making use of this apt command to install the Nano editor, and then using the Nano editor we'll be trying to create a Python program. Okay, and then we will compile this program, and then thereafter we'll see how we can open this program in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so now let us do one thing. Let us first go to the let's say Docker desktop. So here you can see that there's this one container which is already existing. So let us do one thing. Let us first list out all the container which are there inside the containers, and then we will be deleting all this container. We'll freshly create a new container. Okay, so I'm going to the terminal. uh, okay, so here is my terminal. Okay, so let me see first what all containers are already running. Docker ps -a. So here I can see that there's one container which is already existing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me delete this container. To delete this, I will be needing a container ID. So let us do it in a automated way. Okay, so to do this, I'll just write docker ps-a and -q. So it will be giving me the first column value, which is container ID. Okay, now I'll be using this this output to remove all the container which are already present. Okay, so I'm going to say docker remove rm. Okay, and then I'll say that dollar, and then I'll pass the list of all the container ID. Okay, that the list I can get it from the docker ps-a-q command. Okay, cannot remove okay, so first I need to, since it is running Python container, so first I need to do, first I need to stop this container. Okay, so to do this, I just need to write stop. Okay, so this will stop all the containers which are running. It might take some time, but let's wait to get this container stopped. Okay, now this container is already stopped, so we can verify here. Okay, and thereafter what so you can see this is exited. Okay, now we will be running the rm. Okay, now we can see that docker. Fine, so all my containers are no more existing. Okay, so you can also come to the docker desktop so to see if there's any container available here or not. Okay, now what we are going to do is we'll be creating a container. Okay, docker run um, will be, um, uh, 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 will be, um, will be let's say I'm keeping the container name as my first container. I'm going to create this container using Python image, and I'll say that I want to keep this running all the time. Let us wait for some time. So it is creating my container, my first container. The name of the container is my first container. Okay. So here I can see that my first container is already being created, but I'm still waiting to get the status on the command line. Generally, it should not be taking this much of time, but sometimes it takes time. So my container is already created. Okay. I hard exit it, but it's okay. Docker PS. So let me see if I can. Okay. So now I'm inside the bash command. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the apt command. Okay. First, I'm going to update this. So I'll be using this apt command to install the nano editor. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now I'll be using this apt command to install the nano editor. Okay. Which we will be using to write a Python program. Nano. Okay, my nano editor is already created. So let me first see here. So I have so many different directory already available. Let me do one thing. Let me create a directory, my first program directory. Okay. Then I'll do cd mkdir first. Okay. Now here I'll be using a nano editor, nano my first py program. Okay, so this is going to be my first program using nano editor. Okay, so here I'll just write a simple statement. This is my first Python nano editor program. Okay, then I'll just say save. To save, I think they are saying that Control O will be writing this file. So I'll just say Control O, and then I'll say Control. Okay, now I'll say Control X. Okay, just to confirm whether we have the yeah. So it is having this program. Okay, which is just printing one of the statement from the print function. Okay, so Control X, so I'm out, and then I'll be running this program Python my. So here you can see the output we can see in the shell. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to open this program using the Visual Studio. So this is inside the container. Okay, this particular path, if you just see this, so this is my path. Okay, root directory. Inside the root directory, I have a I have a directory, my first program directory, and inside that I have this particular file. Okay, so I'm going to open this using the Visual Studio. Okay, so this is inside the container. This is not the inside your C drive or D drive. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us open the Visual Studio and I'll show you how we can open any program which you have created inside the Python container using okay. So what I'm going to do, so here if you see this is a remote explorer. In case if it is not available, you can install it using the by going to the marketplace. Okay, so here if you see this is my this is my remote explorer. Okay, so I'm going to a container. So here if you see, we are going to my first program directory. Okay, my first program directory, and then we say okay. It will take a little time to open it. Okay, now here you see your program is visible here. Okay, inside this my first program directory. Now if you see here, this is exactly same place. Okay, my first program directory, and this is your file. Okay, and this file is having the same content here. Okay, now if you want to run it from the Visual Studio, what you gonna do is you go to the terminal, you open the terminal, and then you are inside the container. Okay, so here now you can do python and my first program dot. So this is how you can run any program which you have created inside the container. So it is quite simple. You go, so this is how you can make use of Visual Studio to open and run the Python file which you have created inside the container. Okay, so that's all. That's pretty much from this video. Thank you for watching.
So that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe Elfin Code for future updates.